Hi, I'm Mint. I'm sorta an artist, and this is my YouTube channel. I'm redrawing old art today. I chose a couple of my OCs from middle school, and oh my gosh, this is gonna be in three parts, guys. I decided to experiment with screen recording instead of using the software that was the speed paint stuff in Clip Paint Studio. Oh my gosh, that was already a jumble of words. Anyway, so let me know how this approach of speed paints goes because I'm not sure about this. I spin the canvas a lot. That could be motion sick inducing. I didn't realize I have that habit going on for me, but yeah, let me know. I'm also experimenting with both script and not scripted. Like I have bare bones of a script, but it's mostly just it's like both. So I'll be improvising. I'm gonna still say I think that's just what's gonna happen. I'm an person. And Okay. It's not really relevant. Anyway, the characters I'm drawing today are called Ayu and Ayo. I would appreciate new names to be recommended in the comments below because those are very old, very weeaboo-esque names. So please comment suggestions. I would very much appreciate them having new names to go with their new designs. Thank you. Why is my speed paint in three parts? Well, the old art I picked are based off of twins that I drew in middle school, and also the screen recording process that I did is super long, and if I had kept going, it would have been 3 hours, and I don't think anyone wants to sit there for 3 hours. I don't. So three parts. I'm gonna break it up. Anyway, my first plan is to line this character Ayu, and part two will be Ayo, and part three will be coloring both of them together. Okay, now I will reveal my art of Ayu. That's what she looked like. I'm planning on having her hang out around here. Um, Let me know if that bothers you guys, and I won't do the same for Ayu. Or not Ayu, Ayo. See, this is why they need renaming. Too confusing. Um, but yeah, if it's too distracting, I won't do this for Ayo. But I think it would be nice to have her hang out while I'm redrawing her. Just like a sweet little sentiment or something. Okay, what I remember of Ayu is that she's a pixie, and she's born from blueberry syrup. Why? I really don't know. Definitely a Thumbelina situation going on with them. They are also inspired by Pandora Hearts and circus themes. Yes, my pixie OCs have a tragic backstory. Most of my art from this time was edgy. This was the most tame art that I could find, uh, which I was an edgelord most definitely back in middle school. So this is just some cute little pixies that are going through it. Okay, my pixie twins, they did have powers. I'm guessing their powers were utilized in a way to dazzle audience members while performing. Ayu's powers were snow and sugar. I'm pretty sure Io's is too. They can manipulate it, maybe even create it. I do not remember offhand. Also, I'm mostly going to cover Ayu's lore. I will get to Ayo in part two. I know I've probably stated that in this video already. I'm just, if you're wondering what's his deal, he's not in this video. He'll be in part two. Anyway, Ayu is apparently energetic, loud, and strong. And those are characteristics a middle schooler wrote because anyway, I'm trying to capture that energy with this drawing. She does not look like that in her old drawing at all, so I'm trying to pump up her pose, make her outfit more dynamic. Her old outfit was pretty ugly. I think I'm better at costume design now. Even if it doesn't make sense, I'm happy with it. I like how it looks. So I'm just trying to make her more like center stage because she definitely goes hard in performances. That's like her favorite thing. She loves the circus. She likes being raised where they are. She's happy here. Was that subtle foreshadowing for Io? Maybe. Who knows? Anyway, sadly, I do not have all of my old art. This is coupled with the great sin of throwing away art back when I was younger and thought my drawings were gross. And also my family moved around a lot, so things just got, lost. Which, now being an adult, I appreciate looking back at my old art and, seeing where I started and how I am now with drawing. This really sucks for my pixie twins because they had other OCs attached to their story, which I no longer have or remember. So I am definitely scraping the depths of my brain to remember lore. Although I could also just make new lore for them outside of my edgy tween self. Though I do think some tragedy is needed. I have a knack for the dramatic and the tragedies, so definitely gonna bring something to it. I don't know what exactly, but hopefully it'll be entertaining-ish. What's art without a little struggle? What's having OCs without putting them through it? I could just make their story wholesome. There's nothing wrong with that either. And it would be endearing and sweet. And I don't know, I could imagine things. Like, even though, being born from syrup is weird and makes zero sense, I kind of like it even now. It's just, I mean, it is ripping off Thumbelina for sure, but with syrup. Like, Ayu is magic. Her brother is magic. Maybe the blueberry syrup was enchanted. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I could keep ripping off parts of Thumbelina and create them a guardian, who wish to have kids for their own. Because in this universe they live in is obviously fantasy, and I love fantasy things, so I'm just gonna keep going with it. I can imagine the syrup jars, falling off a shelf and breaking, and that would alert the guardian, and they find Ayu and Io basically hatching like an egg, but from syrup jars. Or the guardian could possess some form of magic and specifically created the blueberry syrup for Ayu and, without spoiling the specific syrup for Io, and just, did a spell, waited for them, and they also hatched because I am attached to this egg analogy. I think that's amusing, so I'm gonna keep it. They hatched. They hatched from their syrup jars. That's, kind of cute in a way. Since I cannot remember more of Ayu's lore, I'll just go into the design elements of my new drawing. Her old design was not reading pixie or any sort of magic. I mean, she's standing on a cloud. Like, I don't really know why that was a choice, but there she is. But nowhere in there says she's a pixie. So I pointed her ears, and later on I do add wings because that makes more sense. She is a pixie. She should have wings. I also looked at circus outfit references. My younger self did not really utilize references a whole lot. I just took bits and pieces out of manga, but I never really studied it or tried to understand it. I was just like, yeah, I like high boots, I like socks and funky hats and big coats. That's like most of Pandora Hearts right there. So yeah, it wasn't really referencing. It was just like, I like these elements and I'm gonna attempt to draw them. But this time I looked up references and I tried to think of what would be easy to move in, what would be comfortable. Ayu's outfit does not look very comfortable or performance safe at all. So her old outfit had to go. Some changes needed to be made. I got rid of the socks and the boots, gave her tights and slippers. I made her hat a little more secure on her head. I got rid of the weird coat thing. She's poofy, but I think that's cute. I don't think, I mean, I don't perform in the circus, so I don't know, but I was taking inspiration from a lot of clown, jester aesthetics. So there's some wiggle room. There's some wiggle room, I think. I think the bow on the back wouldn't cause too many problems. I don't know. I just wanted to try and keep some similarities between both old and new designs. Like, she has her braid, she has her barrettes, those are gonna stay. Just small elements of Ayu, so it can still be Ayu. I don't want to change things too drastically. Like, I know the outfit is completely changed, but once I color it, the stripes will show up because I think that's important, especially when Ayu's part comes up. It'll make more sense. I really do hope this redraw is reading more circus. I know when I get to Ayo's part, things will feel more like a performing duo between the two. They have like a symmetry, asymmetrical thing going on. It will make more sense when his design is up next and ready, and hopefully the vision is seen. I'm also really excited to color them. Ayu and Ayo have only ever been drawn in pencil, so seeing them in color would really bring them to life, and I'm just really excited for that. I am jumping ahead because this is only part 1, but I'm so excited for part 3. I have their colors laid out and imagined, and I've had their colors laid out and imagined in my brain since middle school. So it's like healing my inner child. Redrawing stuff is so fun because of this. I just get to look back and see my old drawings and, you know, heal that inner child and be like, hey, look what I did for you. Look how your character is now. And I bet younger Mint would be so happy to see these drawings today. I don't mean to get so sappy. Old art really brings on the nostalgia, and digging through my art bin that I have stored under my bed was fun to go through. And when I found Ayu, I scrambled to find Ayo. Luckily, they did not get separated or lost. Ayo was just in a separate stack from Ayu, so I put them together and I was immediately inspired to draw them again. Also, because a lot of my old art was super edgy, I used to draw a lot of like stitched together Frankenstein characters or like Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas, and also a lot of cat anime girls, which I just felt would be too boring for, a redesign video. So my pixie twins were the best contenders out of my middle school art, and it was really fun drawing them again. I don't redraw a lot of my old art in general. I should. It's very therapeutic. I like doing it, and it's just, if I need inspiration or if I'm having art block, I should just dig through my art bin and, find something to inspire me. Even though I don't have the majority of art, I still have a good chunk of it. So I could always go back, look at characters that I've created, and, spoof them up again. But yeah, I'm just rambling here, trying to not be too sappy, but it's very hard to just hold that in, especially these two. I didn't realize how important they were to me until, I found them again. I am finding it surprisingly difficult to not, dive into Ayo side of things. But I don't want to, ruin part 2 because I won't have much of a script if I start ranting about both of them in this video. This is my longest video yet, so it's kind of an accomplishment that I'm excited for as well. It's just like, ooh, what do I ramble about? What do I talk about? I hope that doesn't come off as complaining. I'm pretty happy and excited about this, development. It's, I'm trying to progress my YouTube, trying to progress my art. It's just this journey I'm on, and but yeah, no, I'm having a hard time not talking about Ayo because their stories are so intertwined. It's like, oh yeah, this fact, but I'm like, oh, but I can't say that yet because that's for part 2. Ugh. And even this is a side tangent that I'm on. I hope my rambling is at least somewhat enjoyable. Again, I'm not complaining. I'm just trying to find the vibe of like what you guys want to hear versus what you don't want to hear, what would be entertaining, what wouldn't be entertaining. Any feedback, it would be super appreciated, and I can make more concise videos. I can, you know, edit a majority of my rambling out if needed. I don't quite know yet. But we'll see. We'll see. It's growing. It's something that I am experimenting with, and hopefully it'll be fun. I'm having fun right now, so I'm hoping that it'll be fun for everyone who is viewing this entire video. And because this video is so, long, or well, at least longer than anything I've created yet, I would like to see comments with shark emojis. That way I know that you guys made it through and are here with me. I think that would be fun. Again, a shark emoji. Sharks are my favorite animal. I really love sharks. I really like the ocean too, but that's, this, again, this is not relevant topics. But it's just, I think it would be fun if we could get some sharks in the comments. Or, I would very much appreciate that at least. I would appreciate most any engagement or any comment. Again, no pressure. I want to get to know my audience. I do think most of my channel is going to be, well, an art channel, but I think it's going to be based around character design. I have a lot of characters I like to create, a lot of OCs, and fan art, because I like drawing Miku and other things from my favorite media. That's fun, but mostly just character design. That's something I'm really into. I would really like to make comics one day, but I just don't know how feasible that is. I have to work on a lot of stuff in order to get through that goal. And also what comic to write about. I have a lot of ideas. But character design is fun. I love creating characters. I'm comfy in the character sphere, and that's just where I'm at. So yeah, comics are a dream of mine. I don't know if Ayu and Daya would be a part of any stories just yet. That's only because, I don't have a clear vision for them, and I'm not really sure what I would write about to make it, interesting. They're just, very unclear. They're just a concept still. I do have other characters and stories that, I would like to tell and create one day, and bring to life. I see them so vividly, and I think, that's what I need. What's stopping me though is, I need to get better at art first before I can even attempt a comic, because, comics are hard, and I'm not at that skill level yet. But one day, the stories I have living in my head will come to be. At least I hope so. And one day I can make that dream a reality, and all my characters will be, physical things, instead of just living in my brain. I would like that. That would make me so happy. I don't. I know that's probably just more rambling, but I get so excited about these things, but I keep forgetting. I got just a lot of work and dedication that I have to put into, and kind of sort out some logistical things. Oh, is that even the correct word? Oh, I don't know. Maybe logistical. I feel like that's correct. So it's just, some things I got to work around. But yeah, no, comics are something I aspire for. I will stop ranting about comics. It is a far in the future aspiration that I'm going to work on. Let me shift the focus back to Ayu, my blueberry syrup pixie, since the video should be coming to an end soon. I feel I have achieved my goal with the redraw and redesign. Ayu definitely looks more like an actual pixie. I do kind of want to point out something a little silly. Ayu never actually had ears in her original design, and her hair could have never hidden those ears because it's so small. Is that the term? It's just not correct. Ear hiding hair, if that makes sense. I guess having her hang out around here had me notice that she never had ears to begin with, so I'm glad she has ears now. I'm sure Ayu is happy she has ears now too. I also noticed that the little cloud she's standing on kinda looks a lot like a mushroom. That's just a little silly thing that I saw and had to point out as well. I'm not really sure why I'm pointing these little silly design elements out, but here they are. I still don't know why Ayu was on a cloud originally. I think maybe it was a way to symbolize that, hey, this character can float or she can fly. Something like that. I know I could not really draw wings as a kid. They're still difficult for me to draw wings even today. I just need a lot of practice on that. Overall, I just want to say that I'm happy with how Ayu turned out, and I think I did a really good job with this redesign. But it's my art. I'm biased towards it. It's really cute to me, which is nice. Sometimes it's hard to love your own art. But this makes me so happy. Maybe it's just coupled with the nostalgia of redrawing old art. That's probably doing something for it and why I love it so much. Oh, I know I mentioned renaming suggestions earlier in this video for the twins, but I get that wouldn't be possible for Ayo's case since nobody knows what he looks like yet, because I haven't showed him in this video. So for now, just rename Ayu. She's going to have a blueberry color palette, so if that helps with naming suggestions, I don't know. I know it's hard for me to name characters if I don't already know what they look like or what colors I have picked out, so that's just how my brain works. Hopefully that gives you guys some ideas of naming suggestions. And for part 2, Ayo will have naming suggestions, is what I'm trying to get at. But I said that in a whole lot of words. Hopefully that last bit was coherent enough. I know I said I'd be more concise in my videos after my last upload, but I do like this loose script style that I am currently doing for this video, and I had fun. It wasn't stressful, so I didn't have to write a lot of things and words. It's just bare bones, just structure of a script, and you know, I had fun and I can improvise. I think that's more enjoyable for me than trapping myself in a script, unless it's necessary, I think. I don't know. Anyway, by the time this video goes up, I will already have Ayo drawn, and I will be editing his speed paint to upload soon after. My plan is to have these parts up and out relatively fast, hopefully. I know videos in parts can be frustrating to wait for, and I also want to make sure that the wait isn't too long while also keeping a decent and enjoyable quality to them. That is my whole plan, and I'm going to keep it the best I can. I do have other things outside of my art and my YouTube, so things happen, but I will try to post updates as this goes along, because again, I understand that this is a 3-part thing going on, and parts need to be finished. Hopefully that makes sense. My point is that I am currently working on part 2, and that tentatively Ayo should be posted within within the next couple of weeks. Gosh, that was a jumble. He could be posted sooner. I will, like I said, I will try to post updates and showing some little process videos in shorts, potentially. I don't know yet. If it's late, for sure, there will be warning signs for if it's late. Realize that I signed myself up for a big project, and I gotta keep up with that and not disappear, which I won't. I came back, and I'm gonna stay back and get these parts done as quickly as I can, but while also keeping quality. That's just my plan. Hopefully I can get Ayo out as soon as possible without sacrificing quality, and that I am currently working on part 2. This has been Mint. Thank you so much for making it to the end of my video. I hope you're having a pleasant morning or evening wherever you are in the world. Again, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I hope you enjoyed my video. Later, until next time. Well, for that, next time it'll be part 2 for Ayo, so please stay tuned. Yeah. Goodbye.